Hi guys, I'm really excited to jump into Read Aloud with you today. So let's go ahead and get started. So we know that for the last couple of units in Read Aloud that we were talking about conflict. And we know that we have internal conflict and external conflict. Internal conflict is a problem that is in the character's heart or mind. And then external conflict is a problem that is caused by another character or event. Now in Read Aloud, we are going to focus on the lesson. A lesson is something that we learn from the text that can make us better people. It is something we learn from the text that will make us awesome. So when we're figuring out the lesson that the author is trying to teach us, we have to ask ourselves some questions. We ask, what is the internal conflict? We ask, how does the character attempt to resolve the internal conflict? How does the character finally solve the internal conflict? What lesson does the main character learn from resolving the internal conflict? And what can we all learn that will help make us better people? We should always try to figure out what the author is trying to teach us because we can use these lessons that we learn from books in our own lives. And so in this way, reading books helps us to become better people. We're going to start a new story today called Crow Boy. So let's go ahead and jump in. On the first day of our village school in Japan, there was a boy missing. He was found hidden away in the dark space underneath the schoolhouse floor. None of us knew him. He was nicknamed Chibi because he was very small. Chibi means tiny boy. This strange boy was afraid of our teacher and could not learn a thing. He was afraid of the children and could not make friends with them at all. He was left alone in the study time. He was left alone in the playtime. He was always at the end of the line, always at the foot of the class, a forlorn little tag-along. So the text says a forlorn little tag-along. Forlorn means that someone is miserable because they're really lonely. So this is helping me to understand more of his internal conflict. So let's think about, what is Chibi's internal conflict? What do you guys think? So his internal conflict is that he feels lonely and left out because he doesn't fit in at school. We read in the text that it says, this strange boy was afraid of our teacher and could not learn a thing. He was afraid of the children and could not make friends with them at all. So this makes me think that Chibi doesn't like school and feels a lack of belonging because he is so alone. Soon Chibi began to make his eyes crossed so that he was able not to see whatever he did not want to see. And Chibi found many ways, one after another, to kill time and amuse himself. Just the ceiling was interesting enough for him to watch for hours. The wooden top of his desk was another thing interesting to watch. A patch of cloth on a boy's shoulder was something to study. Of course, the window showed him many things all year round. Even when it was raining, the window had surprising things to show him. On the playground, if he closed his eyes and listened, Chibi could hear many different sounds, near and far. And Chibi could hold and watch insects and grubs that most of us wouldn't touch or even look at. So that not only the children in our class, but the older ones and even the younger ones called him stupid and slowpoke. So in the Google form, I want you guys to answer this question. How does Chibi attempt to resolve his internal conflict? Does it work? Remember, the internal conflict is a problem in the character's heart or mind. So I want you to enter the answer into the Google form and don't forget to hit submit. And I will see you guys next time.